Darcy Moore, 2020 All-Australian centre-half back. Congratulations. How are you feeling about it?
Thanks, Jordan. It's pretty exciting. I mean, it's obviously the All Australian team is something that you know every player sort of really respects, and to be sort of considered sort of the best in the league at your position is something that I'm sure every player would like to be recognised as. So, yeah, to be awarded it's really sort of feels a bit strange, really, to be honest. Like it's I still feel like the team's obviously got the whole final series to go, and I'm still so focused on that. So it's a bit bizarre to get an accolade at this time of the year, but no, it feels good. It's been good to be consistent this year, and yeah, it's nice. It is a nice feeling to be recognised.
You talk about, I don't know where I'm going with this. Yeah, something that I've been really lucky this year. Like I've had a front row seat to watch you. I want to say develop, but I don't feel like you've particularly developed your game this year. It's more that you've just found a consistency in your body, and you've always had a confidence and a self-belief. Is there anything that you've done differently in your approach to the game, whether it's physically or mentally, that you think has allowed you to perform at such a high level so consistently?
Yeah, I think I feel the same way. I sort of just feel like the main difference this year has been being able to sort of be so consistent with my output. That's sort of been the main shift. I suppose looking back on it, it was a little bit through necessity, obviously with Jeremy Howe going down early, and then he's obviously a senior member of the team and someone who helps to drive the group, and then losing Scott as well for a few weeks in the middle part of the year to an injury. I just sort of looked around and saw lots of young guys coming in the team, and a lot of first gamers, a lot of debutants, and guys playing their second, third, fourth game in the team. And you sort of start to realise that there's a little bit more responsibility on us as sort of more experienced guys. So I think it was a little bit through that I was sort of forced to be more consistent. It's I suppose it's a little bit subconscious that when you've got those guys around you, such good players like Scott and Jeremy and those guys playing great footy, you can sort of step back a little bit. And this year the challenge for me has been trying to, like I said, stay consistent and try and impose myself on games. And I think the defensive unit as a whole this season has been a really outstanding part of our game. We're in the top couple of teams for defence consistently over the whole year. So we've when other parts of our game have been inconsistent, that's been something that we've all had to, as you know, we've all had to sort of be ambitious and try and stay at the top, even when other parts of our game aren't where we want them. So that's been part of a bigger challenge for the rest of the team as well.
It is a real credit to you, because you have led the back line so well this year. I've felt like at times opposition team, I mean, clearly this is an indication that you are now recognised as one of the best intercepting and attacking key defenders in the league. My feel is that often teams scout you and try to take away your ability to impact games offensively so well. Is that something that you've felt in games, and have you been able to do things during the game that have allowed you to increase your impact?
Yeah, absolutely. That's probably been something that I found as the season has gone on. I've definitely felt like I've had to deal with a bit more attention from opposition teams, and that's a new challenge altogether. And then, I think just the way to get through it is just to continue to rely on teammates. As you know, like the way it works in the back line, it's a very sort of shared experience. You're not playing in silos, like you're constantly supporting each other and relying on other guys to help cover for you, and as well going out of your way to cover for other guys. So that's the way we defend, and that's been a little bit of a challenge at times when I've sort of got a little bit more attention from opposition teams. But I think as a whole, like as a defence, our results speak for themselves in that regard. Like we haven't relied on you to take too many marks, or me to take too many marks, or Isaac Quaynor to have 25, or Crispy to have 25. It's sort of been a really sort of shared effort, and we've had guys that have performed well and performed really consistently, but it can't be your week every week, and to be able to have guys to share the load, that's what makes us a great defence at the moment.
Just going back to the announcement of the team, when did you find out? Like who informed you, and who were the first people you got on the phone to and let know?
I got a call from Jeff Walsh. I'm not sure I don't even know what day it is, but a couple of days after the Port game, and he just said, you've been selected in the All-Australian team. Congratulations, you've had a great year, and said a whole bunch of really nice things to me, which I've never heard him say. So that was confronting in itself. And when you see the phone ring and it says Jeff Walsh, you either think, oh God, what have I done? Or actually, that's all you think, really. So, or someone's messed up. So it was nice to get a bit of positive news from Jeff. And then, pretty much straight away, just hung up the phone and called my dad straight away and just told him. And he was stoked. He was, super proud, and just talked about how proud he was. And he's obviously hasn't been able to come to a game this season, which I know he hasn't enjoyed. He loves sort of coming and watching us, and he follows the team so closely, and he knows lots of the guys. So it's been sort of hard for him sitting at home watching on TV like it is for, I'm sure, all the fans. But he has really enjoyed like sitting back from afar and watching me play this season, and that was really cool. And then a few other people I rang. Paula Baird-Colt is someone who she works with a lot of the injured guys and at the club, and works in rehab and physical preparation. So she's back in Melbourne, and she hasn't been away with us this year. And I rang her because she's been an awesome mentor for me, dealing with sort of injury in the past and preparing to play. And she was a ballet dancer for such a long time with the Australian Ballet, and so knows all about the rigours of performance and travel, and having to do long tours away from home and all that sort of thing. So I've been leaning on her a lot this year. So I rang her and told her, and she was stoked as well. She's loved watching the games. She doesn't, coming from a ballet background, she doesn't really know what's going on in the games, but she enjoys watching. So I rang her as well straight away, and that was cool, just to sort of have other people get excited. And it's kind of, we haven't been able to share that with them in person this year. Like everyone, like you play a lot to share it with your family and friends, so to not be able to do that's been hard. But yeah, it's nice to talk on the phone and to hear their excitement. It was cool.
That, I'm sure, is a really nice experience. And as proud of you as I am for being in the All-Australian team, I'm actually thinking that you probably could have made another All-Australian team this year while in the hub with some of your haircuts that you've been performing. I know you're a pretty well-rounded guy off the field. You actually finished your university degree mid-year, so you've kind of had nothing to do. So you've invested a lot of time into the Clippers. Your development there has also been pretty impressive. What do you put that down to?
Yeah. What have I put it down to? Just time and effort, Jordan. Time and effort. You just... like you said, I finished my university degree and had nothing to do, and then got out the Clippers and attacked a few of the boys' hair, including yourself. Did a pretty good job as well, I might add. And then it was just a constant state of improvement until I probably there was one or two haircuts that stood out above the rest, and then when the boys saw them and sort of learned that I was responsible for them, then I sort of had a bit of a cue happening, and then I was able to practice and get a bit better. So it was fun. It was good. It wasn't. It was a good way to pass the time, really.
Yeah, you've developed a pretty steady stream of customers, so congratulations on that as well. But in all seriousness, massive congratulations for your performance on field this year. It's been outstanding, and as I said, I've been really fortunate to have a front row seat. So it's been a joy, and hopefully it's the first of many jackets. Congratulations, mate.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.